Where is the fire in you? What has to happen to light your flame in life? Where and when is your ignition point? If you don't know, figure it out today, because when flames are produced, the flames are visible. The flame is the visible portion of the fire. Who can see you? Are you afraid of being seen? And what I mean by where's your fire? What has to happen to light your flame? What am I talking about? I'm talking about, what is it in you that lights you up, that gives you passion, that gives you energy? Is it motivation? Is it speaking? Is it teaching? Is it just any type of... What gets you happy and excited? Is it building? Is it drawing? Is it constructing? Is it watching sports and analyzing it? Is it going into your community and creating programs for the youth and the adults that actually make a difference, that actually gets people to the point in life where they can make a better income or choose better careers that they feel and they get something from it, where they can leave an inheritance for their children? What is it in you that gets you riled up? For me, I love to teach. I love to educate. I love to train. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm a former dancer, gymnast, and cheer coach. It can be sports that I'm teaching. It can be grammar or any subject. It's just, I have a joy for teaching and learning. I have a joy for seeing people get a point and they're like, yes, now I can run with it. Now I can build. What is that for you? Take the time and examine what has been made visible in your life, and what will you make visible moving forward. Because I know there have been points in my life where things that have been made visible, it's like, oh my gosh, this is not a good visibility for me. This is not showing me well. It's not showing who I am. We all may experience at some point in our life where we feel that we failed, or we feel that we've disappointed someone, or we just feel like, oh, these are low moments in life. But I encourage you that every point in your life can be seen as beauty, right? Because some point you're going to reach transformation, or you should. At some point you should be evolving, and that is what gets seen as well. Your transformation doesn't have to be hidden. The good, the bad, the ugly. It does not have to be hidden, because once someone sees you on the other side, man, they can say, wow, I'm at the place where she was, or he was, or they was, whatever you call yourself. I was at that low place, and I saw how they moved. I saw the lessons they learned, and I saw how they got back up. Somebody needs that today. At some point you may have needed that, and there were points where I needed that. Someone can benefit from knowing how you evolved. How did you get from A to Z? How did you go from $1 to $100? 100 to 1,000, or 1,000 to 10,000, and so forth and so forth. How do you get from making 10 an hour to 30 an hour? Again, I ask, what has to happen for you to light up? Is it fear or uncertainty or doubt or shame, or simply laziness holding you back? What is it? I encourage you today to figure it out. Go through the steps to walk in who you are with boldness, confidence, joy, and understanding, and compassion. No one else can do it for you. You have to do the work in order to receive the reward. You have to do it. No matter what anyone else tells you, it is your steps. It is your ingenuity. It is what you learn and put into practice that you have to do in order to receive the reward. How do I know? Because I was once there. I was once in that place where I didn't want to be visible. I was afraid to be heard. And I wanted my voice to be heard. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to be heard. But I was also afraid to be heard. I was afraid to be seen. Even though I know there's beauty inside of me. There's joy. There's passion. There is fire in me to want to help to the world, to want to bring positivity to people, to want to show a new way to appear as a black woman in this world. When you see me, I want you to see, man, what is in her? How does she think? How does she operate? What has she been through to get to this point? And how does she overcome it? But as you can see, now I'm ready to light my flame and become a visible fire that warms those that come in contact with me with motivation, inspiration, encouragement, and not just that, but actual practical tools that can really make a positive, progressive impact in someone's life. So I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to walk through your life. And if you're not in the place where you want to be, I'll encourage you to say, what do I have to do to get there? What do I have to do to get there? There are many nights and days that I had to cry the shame out. I had to cry the regret out. I had to cry the grit out, the guilt. There are times I had to motivate and encourage myself. Darnaya, keep going. You got this. You are too smart. You're too kind. You're too loving. You got so much in you. There are programs that I started that was hard to pull to get help from. Uplifting our youth. I started that in about 2012, between 2011 and 2013. Warriors for Unity dance troupe. I started that, but was like, oh man, it's not going to go anywhere. I can't get anybody help. No one's going to listen. No one's going to support. But I kept going. Single mom, been there. Divorcee, been there. But now, I have a wonderful husband. I have 4 children. We're a blended family, 2 boys, 2 girls. I have a corporate job that I had to scratch and work so hard for. I didn't think I was gonna get, but I did the work, and I'm still doing the work. So I don't know if you ever get to a place where it's like, oh, you stop learning, you stop growing, you stop evolving, but we have to give each other space to do so. I also encourage you to not point fingers, to not put someone else down when they're going through something. Give them space to evolve. If you can't give them the tools to grow, don't be the one that beats them down even more. Because guess what? Every person you see at some point is going through or has gone through it. We had to crawl. Some have to crawl before they can learn how to stand up and walk as children, as babies, as toddlers. We had to start with milk before we can eat the different types of foods and evolve into all the foods that we eat now as an adult. Everything takes not just time, but it takes steps. It takes discipline. It takes the willingness to want to get to the next point in your life of growth. All right. Well, I hope from hearing this that you begin to ignite your flame. You figure out, what is it in me that I can offer? there's something, and there's not always just one thing. It can be multiple, a multiplicity of things, all right, that's within you. But I hope you stay encouraged. I hope you know that you are loved. And until next time, always remember to keep rising.